الله أكبر الله أكبر الله أكبر الله أكبر أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله أشهد أن محمدًا رسول الله أشهد أن محمدًا رسول الله حي على حي على حي على الفلاح حي على الفلاح الله أكبر الله أكبر لا إله إلا الله
If I can ask the brothers and sisters to please move forward, filling the gaps. جزاكم الله خير. إن الحمد لله نحمده تعالى ونستغفره ونستهديه ونعوذ بالله من شرور أنفسنا ومن سيئات أعمالنا ومن يهده الله فلا مضل له ومن يضلل فلا هادي له وأشهد أن لا إله إلا الله وحده لا شريك له وأشهد أن محمدًا عبد الله ورسوله أرسله بالهدى ودين الحق ليظهره على الدين كله وكفى بالله شهيدا فصلوات الله وسلامه عليه. All praise and glory is to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. We worship Him because He is worthy of worship. We love Him because He is worthy of that. Our loyalty is to Him because His blessings upon us are infinite, uncountable, unmeasurable. And we ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to give us guidance and steadfastness in our daily lives. We ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to make us amongst those who are guided. And we ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to protect us from our evil actions and the consequences of our evil actions. And we ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to send His praise and blessings to Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam, the last and final messenger, the Imam of the Hunafa, the Imam of monotheists, and the last and final messenger. يا أيها الناس اتقوا ربكم الذي خلقكم من نفس واحدة وخلق منها زوجها وبث منهما رجالا كثيرا ونساء واتقوا الله الذي تساءلون به والأرحام إن الله كان عليكم رقيبا يا أيها الذين آمنوا اتقوا الله وقولوا قولا سديدا يصلح لكم أعمالكم ويغفر لكم ذنوبكم وَمَنْ يُطِعِ اللَّهَ وَرَسُولَهُ فَقَدْ فَازَ فَوْزًا عَظِيمًا. And be conscious of Allah, my dear brothers and sisters. Have taqwa, because taqwa is the best thing you can attain in this life, and it is your blessings in the next life. And know that whoever is pious with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, whoever has consciousness of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, then the rewards are immense. So we ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to make us among us. A quality of the Quran, a strategy of the Quran that we have truly forgotten. We don't do it. In fact, we do the exact opposite. A word that is used in the Quran tens of times, talking to us, telling the Prophet ﷺ to do this, to relay, convey this message. And that is al-bishara. وَبَشِّرِ الَّذِينَ آمَنُوا وَعَمِلُوا الصَّالِحَاتِ أَنَّ لَهُمْ جَنَّاتٍ تَجْرِي مِنْ تَحْتِهَا الْأَنْهَارُ وَبَشِّرِ الصَّابِرِينَ وَبَشِّرِ الْمُخْبِتِينَ وَبَشِّرِ الْمُحْسِنِينَ. The word bishara, which means glad tidings. Tell them to rejoice, O Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Tell the Muslims to rejoice, because there's paradise. There is reward for those who believe and do good deeds. Give glad tidings to those who are patient. Those who are patient and fulfill their obligations. Those who are patient in staying away from the haram. Give them glad tidings of reward. Give glad tidings to those who excel in good, who help others, who lend a hand, who give charity and give time to other people. Give glad tidings to those who are mukhbitin, humble, with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and with His creation. Give them glad tidings. And the word bishara in the Arabic language comes from the root bashara, which means skin. And the word is taken from this, derived from this root. Why? Because when a bishara comes to a person, their skin changes, it lightens up. The happiness can be seen in their skin and the way they act. So give them glad tidings. Tell them something that will make their face bright up. It will make their face light up in joy and happiness. Give them glad tidings. So when you do a good deed like we are doing right now, inshallah, you have taken away from your time. You have, instead of sacrificed your lunch break, many of you have sacrificed your lunch break to come and fulfill this obligation. Glad tidings to you, there is reward in that. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala reminds us that there's a paycheck waiting for us from Him, from our boss. A paycheck written from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, the most generous and the most kind. A paycheck is waiting for you, and you will receive that, inshallah, not one time, 10 times. So just like we are patient in dealing with our work and going to that routine, the 5 days a week, working 40 to 60 hours a week, we do that looking forward to our paycheck, look forward to the paycheck of the next life. And I give you glad tidings, following the sunnah, the strategy of the Quran, bishara, glad tidings for the upcoming days. The days of Hajj. The days which the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, sallu ala Rasulillah. He tells us there aren't better days to do good deeds than these first 10 days of Dhul Hijjah, the upcoming days. He said, Ya Rasulullah, what about even jihad? He said, not even jihad, unless the person leaves everything, goes and does not come back. So glad tidings for these days, be happy that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala gives us seasons throughout the year to increase our good deeds, to rejuvenate our message, our relationship with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Glad tidings, be happy. And know that Hajj is a message. It is a cause. It is sacred. It is holy. And the message of Hajj is clearly stated in the verses which talk about Hajj in Surah Al-Baqarah and Surah Al-Hajj. That is حُنَفَاءَ لِلَّهِ غَيْرَ مُشْرِكِينَ بِهِ. That during these days, Muslims from all across the world, from as far east as the Asian world, our brothers and sisters in the Philippines, in Indonesia, in Japan, in Malaysia, to as far west as us here in California, in Hawaii, and in Alaska, that we all gather as one ummah, as one nation, that some of us go to Mecca and gather to do rituals united, or others who don't go, but we are saying the same message. Our message is one, and that is the message of La ilaha illallah. Qulu la ilaha illallah. The message of that there is nothing worthy of worship except Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. That is Hajj. So we make a statement to the world, a claim, what is our cause? We let them know, we teach them that we are a ummah of pure monotheism. That we have come and we have gathered in Mecca, or we do certain rituals outside of Mecca that all go and tell and rejuvenate and reaffirm our loyalty to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, that we are hunafa'a lahu, that we are monotheists, we only worship Him. And in Mecca, those who do Hajj, what is their call? What is their talbiyah? Labbaik Allahumma labbaik, labbaik la sharika laka labbaik, inna alhamda wal ni'ma laka wal mulk la sharika lak. That there's nothing worthy of worship except you. We have answered your call, O Allah. There's nothing worthy of worship except you. You have no partners. And for us, or those who don't go to Hajj, what do we say? Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar, La ilaha illallah. That there's nothing greater than Allah. Allah is the greatest. There's nothing worthy of worship except Him. So we are united under the cause of Tawheed, under the cause of La ilaha illallah. So rejoice for your faith and be proud of who you are. And when a friend asks you, a co-worker, a boss, an employee asks you, what is this that you are doing? Because we know Hajj gets a lot of news coverage. Tell them that we are reaffirming to Allah our loyalty to Him, and we are declaring to the world who we are. We are the people of La ilaha illallah, Muhammad Rasulullah. And Hajj is full of teachings, full of blessings. And know, my dear brothers and sisters, those who take the time off, put thousands of dollars, go through the burdens of travel and dealing with the millions of people and the various cultures and customs that you find there, that they are essentially really enslaving themselves for a period of time, and know that the reward is freedom. That is how Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala compensates us for taking our time and wealth for His cause. And Hajj teaches us how to be free. And one of those ways is freeing our minds, freeing our hearts from this disgusting ill of racism. Because when we go to Hajj, we are all the same. Our clothes, the males wear the same exact thing. The person can be dirt poor, or they can be a multi-billionaire. They can be a peasant, someone who works a very simple, humble job, and they can be the king of the world. We are all the same. It is an obligation to let us know that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, as the Prophet ﷺ teaches us, إِنَّ اللَّهَ لَا يَنْظُرُ إِلَى صُوَرِكُمْ وَلَا إِلَى أَمْوَالِكُمْ وَلَكِنَّ اللَّهَ يَنْظُرُ إِلَى أَعْمَالِكُمْ وَقُلُوبِكُمْ. That Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala does not look at your physical image, nor at your wealth. Allah looks at your actions and your hearts. So whoever feels like they are discriminated against, that they are somehow inferior, because the culture or the times or the context that they lived in has this racism, and we see a lot of racism in the world, unfortunately, even amongst the Muslims, unfortunately. Know that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala sees us all the same. That the best amongst you are who? Atqakum. Inna akramakum inda Allahi atqakum. The most gracious, the most noble amongst you are those who are most pious to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and that door is open to anyone. It's never too late to enter. So know, my dear brothers and sisters in Islam, when people go to Hajj, know that we are all the same to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And those who excel, they excel in good deeds, and we are all capable of doing that. It lets us know that we are united under a common cause. That once a year, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala reminds us who we are loyal to, and that is to Him. Reminds us that although the world is full of injustices, that the Muslims are divided and weak, that there is one time where we gather together to remind us that we are truly united by theology. To focus on that, let go of the outer image, let go of the wealth, let go of these things. It's not about that. To Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, we are Muslims, we are hunafa, we are under the same cause. So focus on that, emphasize that, and know that in that is blessings. We are capable of being united if we remember our cause, and that is La ilaha illallah, Muhammad Rasulullah. It also frees us from pessimism. It frees us from having a bleak, dark outlook to the world. And just like Ramadan, Hajj, one of its purposes is to remind us of the blessings of Allah. The blessings of guidance, as Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala tells us, وَاذْكُرُوهُ كَمَا هَدَاكُمْ in Surah Al-Baqarah, وَاذْكُرُوهُ كَمَا هَدَاكُمْ وَإِن كُنتُم مِّن قَبْلِهِ لَمِنَ الضَّالِّينَ. Remember Allah, this is in the context of Hajj, remember Him and how He guided you. Remember the blessings of guidance, and know, my dear brothers and sisters, the more you learn about monotheism, the more you learn about Tawheed, and how beneficial it is to your heart, to your mind, to your body, to your way of life, the more you learn about it, the more you realize, man, it is a great blessing to be a Muslim. The more you learn about the Sunnah of Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wasallam and who he was, his character and his actions, the more you love him, and the more you feel blessed that he is your role model, not these other people. So remember the blessings of guidance, and also remember the blessings of the worldly world that we have. So in Hajj, during these times, one of the rituals is what? Slaughtering. Whether you are there in Hajj or you are here. Udhiyah, the Qurbani, is part of the rituals. And as Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, وَالْبُدْنَ جَعَلْنَاهَا لَكُمْ مِنْ شَعَائِرِ اللَّهِ لَكُمْ فِيهَا خَيْرٌ فَاذْكُرُوا اسْمَ اللَّهِ عَلَيْهَا صَوَافٌ فإذا وجبت جنوبها فكلوا منها وأطعموا القانع والمعتر كذلك سخرناها لكم لعلكم تشكرون. He reminds us of the budna, the camel, how Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala made it, mobilized it for us, this big animal that's more powerful than us. It can stomp us easily, yet you feel that it is humbled, it is made in a way that it obeys us. It's obedient to us so that we can fulfill our worldly needs. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala mobilized it for us, made it in a way to benefit from it. So if you slaughter it for the sake of Allah, remember His name upon it. And remember to be thankful because He has provided you with that. So we slaughter to remember the blessings of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala out of thanks that Allah has provided us with this meat. And part of the ritual is to give 1/3 of it to those who are in need, so that no one goes on the days of Hajj hungry. So that no one on the days of Hajj is not happy. So part of being happy, being grateful to Allah, is that we extend our blessings to other people so they can enjoy it as well. And then continuing these verses, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, لَن يَنَالَ اللَّهُ لُحُومُهَا وَلَا دِمَاؤُهَا وَلَكِنْ يَنَالُهُ التَّقْوَى مِنْكُمْ. That Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says that when you slaughter, Allah is not benefiting from the meat. He's not receiving the meat. The blood is not going to Him. However, it's your piety that goes up to Him. So remember that, my dear brothers and sisters, that when you slaughter, when you send for the Qurbani, for the Udhiyah, whether you do it here yourselves, or you send the money to a less fortunate area, remember that you do it out of piety, out of love of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, to thank Him for the blessings that He has given you, the blessings of wealth, the blessings of health, the blessings of Islam. Remember that, and ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to accept it from you. My dear brothers and sisters, these are holy days, these are blessed days to take advantage of it. And in these following days, a few fiqh rulings, that the best deeds are during these days. And the best deed during these days is dhikrullah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Remembering Allah. And look at the verses of Hajj in Surah Al-Baqarah and Surah Al-Hajj. And look at how many times Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala uses the word dhikr. Tens of times. In Surah Al-Baqarah, 9 times. فَاذْكُرُوهُ فَاذْكُرُوهُ فَاذْكُرُوهُ. Always remember Allah, and therefore the best deed during these days is dhikr of Allah. So take your masbaha, the beads, and remember Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And the best remembrance of Allah during these days is لا إله إلا الله وحده لا شريك له له الملك وله الحمد وهو على كل شيء قدير. Again, the dhikr of La ilaha illallah, of monotheism. So take advantage of the days and rejoice that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has given you a season, a Black Friday, these months where reward is severely, greatly multiplied. Also, Udhiyah is a great act of worship during these days. So do it. If you have money, do it. Send for it. Even if you're going to stress yourself a little bit, then go ahead and do it. In it is a lot of reward. Inshallah, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will compensate you for your act of worship. And for those who have intention of doing it, we know that the Prophet ﷺ told us, whoever sends for udhiyah or has intention to do udhiyah, then not to take from their nails or their hair. Don't cut your hair or your nails. But this is a sunnah. It's not an obligation. It is a sunnah. For those of you who work, right, and they have to kind of keep themselves clean, go ahead and do it. It does not affect the acceptance of your udhiyah. Those who are going to do it, they're not going to take from their hair or from their nails, but accidentally do it, it does not affect the acceptance of the udhiyah. Okay? It is a sunnah, that is it. It is good to do it, you should do it. If you can't do it, you don't have to. If you accidentally make a mistake, it does not nullify your udhiyah. When you choose an udhiyah, obviously you choose the highest quality. You want to make sure it's the best, because we are giving this for the sake of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So just like we want our good deeds to be multiplied greatly, then we make sure we choose that which is best out of love of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And finally, fasting Arafah. We will know inshallah what day Arafah will be and what day Eid will be. Inshallah tomorrow night we will know. But fasting Arafah, the Prophet ﷺ teaches us that whoever fasts Arafah, then it is a kafara. It forgives the sins of the previous year and the following. This is for the minor sins. So don't let the shaitan tell you, just do whatever you want, right? Get that thing across quickly before Arafah. No, major sins are not forgiven through this means. Major sins are only forgiven through tawbah and istighfar, having the intention not to return to it and regretting that you did it in the first place. But this is a great act of worship, so do it. We ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to help us and give us tawfiq during these 10 days. أقول قولي هذا وأستغفر الله لي ولكم. Alhamdulillah wa salatu wa salam ala Rasulillah wa ala alihi wa sahbihi wa man wala. My dear brothers and sisters, Hajj is about La ilaha illallah. It's about rejuvenating, reviving, strengthening your love for Allah, strengthening that loyalty. So by remembering the blessings of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, we remember who's the one who blessed us with them in the first place. And we as human beings, it is natural for us to love someone who does good for us. It is natural. And who does most for us? Who does better for us than Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala? And to make our lives happier, more optimistic, consistently, constantly remember His blessings upon you. And to give you a little bit of an example. Yesterday our skies was filled with the smoke, the thick smoke from the fire caused by one lunatic. SubhanAllah. But us who are living here, we know that behind this smoke is a beautiful blue sky, beautiful mountains and greenery. But sometimes in our lives things come that make it bleak, that kind of make us forget the blessings and the beauty that we truly have. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala highly promotes remembering His blessings so that we take these clouds away. We remove them and we can see the beautiful sun and the blue sky and the mountains that truly are in our lives. And the greatest blessing is La ilaha illallah Muhammad Rasulullah. Remember that, my dear brothers and sisters. Remember what your cause is, what it means to be a Muslim. And look at how the Quran says it with pride and nobility. Hunafa'a lillah. The way it's phrased, the way it's stated, that we say this out of pride, out of happiness. We believe in it. So remember, this is your cause. Revive, rejuvenate, strengthen your relationship with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And do that by remembering the blessing of guidance and the blessings that He has given us in this world, so that we know that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has loyalty, He has given us His loyalty. So we should be loyal to Him. And that is part of the meaning of the name of Allah, Al-Wali. Al-Wali. Lillahi awliya. Wa Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala waliyuna. So we ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to help us during these days. We ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to bless us during these days. We have several announcements. Make dua for Brother Zafar, whose aunt passed away. Brother Zafar is one of the regulars here who helps us out by opening the masjid and doing the adhan and iqamah during the day. So his aunt passed away. We ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to forgive her and to grant her paradise, to overlook any shortcomings and to accept her good deeds and increase her in good deeds. Also, Sister Razia Afzal passed away in Pakistan. We ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to forgive her, to overlook any shortcomings, to accept her good deeds and increase her in good deeds. We ask and also make dua for Sister Nasim. She has cancer and is in critical condition, as well as Brother Mas'ud Ulumi, who is in a coma. We ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to grant them a quick recovery and healing. We ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to grant them patience during their tough times, and also their families grant them patience during their tough times. And we ask that for all Muslims who are going through harsh times. Inshallah, starting tomorrow, we will begin our Speak Your Mind Young Adults Discussion Forum. After Asr prayer, this is Asr prayers at 4:50. So in OCIF, we will begin that. And tomorrow, this is for young adults. starting at age 16 and going up to around the mid-30s, young adults. So please do join us. It's more of a discussion forum. It's not a lecture. It's not a halaqah. I will be administering it, but inshallah, with the youth and their ideas, they will be able to structure it in a way that is beneficial to them and choosing the topics that are relevant and interesting to them. We have decided in terms of Umrah, a few weeks ago I made an announcement seeing what the community wants in terms of Umrah. We have decided to make it in December, inshallah. Information is outside. The flyer is up on the bulletin board, and you can see it outside as well for more information. It will be during Christmas break, inshallah. The masjid is in need of a total of 30 volunteers for Eid. Please register outside with Sister Hadid. Training will be provided the weekend before on August 18th. So we are looking for people to help us out during Eid. There are 3 slots. So each one is an hour from 5:30 to 6:30 a.m., 6:30 to 7:30, or 8:30 to 9:30 during that time. So please do help us out with that. Eid prayer times will be changing. So there's an announcement. When we announce when Eid will be, inshallah, will be tomorrow night. But the prayer times will be changing a little bit. The first prayer will be at 6:30 a.m., the second at 8 a.m., and the third at 9:30 a.m. Eid prayers, again, the first at 6:30 a.m., the second is at 8 a.m., and the third is at 9:30 a.m. OCIF's Women's Committee annual bake sale is next Friday from 11 a.m. to 3 p.m. Stop by the office if you would like to donate to our bake sale. The Quest Preparatory Academy is starting enrollment for the new academic year in RSM and Trabuco Canyon. Open house is on August 19th, so please see information or get information outside. There's an event called Homelessness, an Interfaith Challenge in Orange County. How do the homeless impact you? An informative presentation on homelessness is scheduled at Temple Beth El on this Wednesday, August 15th at 7 p.m. If interested to join, please RSVP at the office or me outside. اللهم اغفر للمسلمين والمسلمات والمؤمنين والمؤمنات الأحياء منهم والأموات إنك سميع قريب مجيب الدعوات يا رب العالمين. اللهم أصلح لنا ديننا الذي هو عصمة أمرنا، وأصلح لنا دنيانا التي فيها معاشنا، وأصلح لنا آخرتنا التي إليها معادنا، واجعل الحياة زيادة لنا في كل خير، واجعل الموت راحة لنا من كل شر. We ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to accept our good deeds and increase us in them. Wa aqimus salat.